Okay, I'm going to try my best to walk you guys through some of the basic stuff you'll need to know here to get started on the yearbook. So once you log in, this should be the screen that you see. We will have a countdown until we have to get our book submitted. This is the number of pages we have remaining. So we have lots to do. So first thing I want you to do, the last time many of you set up a practice page, some of you didn't, but we will go up here to the very top toolbar and click on Create, and you will go to New Page Designer. Click on that. That brings you to this page here. Yours might look just a little bit different than mine. That's okay. If you have not created a new practice page, you'll go up here to File, click on New Practice Page. Once you just name this your name, I already have one under my name, so I would just call mine Amy 2 and hit Save. And then you should see this. There's a few other practice pages in here that some of the other kids and my kids have started, so you'll see those. If you already have your page and you're not sure how to get there, if you're not here already, you will do that Create New Page Designer. Under Designs, you have this tab, and you can hit this drop down, go under Custom and Practice Pages. So, if you see your page down here and you click on this little I next to your name, it will be the option to hit Edit. You come over here and hit Edit, and that brings you to your blank page if yours is still blank. The first thing I want you guys to learn how to do, I was starting to show you a little bit last time, was how to create a background. There are 3 different options. The first one, I will start out, it's fairly simple. You'll go over here to your left-hand side, click on Art, and you will click on where it says Background. It looks like a paint roller. You can use your little scroll here, scroll on down. There are lots and lots of options. You can sit and play around and look at these forever. It's hard to see them when they're like this. What you do is you see one you might like, you hold down with your mouse, drag it over. You see that once I get over the page, it gives me that plus sign. You let go and it plops it right there. A lot of these are set up to be a left hand and right hand spread on your pages, so you can drag another one over there and drop it down. Simple as that. If you decide, okay, I don't like that, I want something different, just keep on scrolling down, find a different one, and you can just drag it on top and it'll replace it automatically. So you can play around with this, see what you like. Here's an example of one that's kind of set up to be a left side and right side. They go together. So simple as that. Okay. Something I really need you guys to learn how to do is to learn how to save your page. I've had a lot of kids forget how to do this. Up here at the top, if you hover over this little box right here, it says Save. Click on that. Save your page. Do this often when you're working on your pages. You can also go over to File, and if I hadn't have already saved it, you could click on Save under the File tab right here. So that is the first way to add a background to your page. This is the second way. You can go up here again to this top toolbar. This time click on Edit. Down here there's Change Background. You'll click on that. It brings up this new box over here. Notice it has left page and right page. You can only do one at a time, but I'm going to show you here in a little bit. It's pretty simple. So say you just want a solid background color. Keep it simple. You hit this drop down next to background color. You scroll down, find whatever color you like, and you click on that color, and it adds it to the left page since I had the left page selected here. If you want the same exact color for the right page, you click on right page. Again, you hit that drop down next to background color, and it automatically saved what you've recently used. So I don't have to scroll down and try to remember which one it was. You just click on that same color there, and it adds it to the other side. Now, that's the very simplest way you can do it to get a solid color. There are a few other things down here, like the tint. You can control the tint. If you want a lighter shade, you can adjust that. So if I wanted it at 50% on the tint, and then I go to the left page and just remember I need to go to 50% again and do that. Again, make sure you hit save. Once you see what you like and you want to keep your changes, hit save. If you, at any point, don't like something, you can always hit this button right here. The arrow, it does undo. It'll take back the one step that you just did. Okay, so that is how to create a solid color background. The third thing you can do, let's pretend we weren't even there. Third thing you can do, if you want to add a different kind of background, this is under that same window, edit, change background. So if you weren't already in there, that's how you get back to it. Edit, change background. Now, instead of a solid color background, if you want a picture that isn't over here under the artwork, you can select choose image. There are lots of different themes and types in here that you can scroll down through, spend hours and hours scrolling through and looking at them if you really had the time to do it. So you can work on this at home some and play around with if you want. So let's go just right here by theme. You can look under all these other ones, but I'll just use this as an example. Theme 90s pop. I grew up in the 90s, so let's do that. Okay, so you can choose one of these images, hit select, and it drops it on there. Again, it only does the left side. You can choose right side, choose image, find that same image again, and pick it. If you weren't sure what it was called, if you click on the left-hand page, you can look to see where right here under the choose image, what the one side, what that's called. So when you're going to the right page, if you need to, you can type in the name right here. So there are lots and lots and lots of options. One thing I wanted to show you, let's pick this one. Let me find that one again, add to the other page. Okay, if you're using an image and you have the same image on both the left hand and right side, something that's really cool you can do, next to where it says flip, rotate, you can flip it horizontal, you can flip it vertically. What the flip horizontal does is basically a mirror image. So if I click that, it'll mirror image it. So I mirror image the left side. Maybe I didn't want to do that. Maybe what I wanted to do is click on the right side and mirror image it. And then maybe I also want to flip it vertically. So now I have this yellow in this corner and then yellow in the opposite corner. You can play around with those a little bit. You can rotate it if you want. Rotate it however you like. You won't notice it so much on this picture if I do some of this other stuff. Let's see. We can change the tint. Let me pick a different image to show you something else. I might have to go under a different... Okay, I'm going to just do something real quick here. I'm going to pick this image. If I want to click on this crop option. If you look close, you can see these yellow squares up here in the corner. I can drag this. I have to kind of scroll back down and adjust that. I made that bigger and dragged it out. You can adjust this however you want. That kind of makes that B bigger. You can make it to where it's just up in the top corner. You could drag it out even bigger just so it's really big if you wanted to, but there is a limit on how big it'll go. I think that's as big as it can go. So it took the word B out, because when I click back outside of that box, you can see now I cropped that image just to there. I lost my little window, so I'm going to have to go back up to Edit and change background to get that again, and I can drag this over here. Oops. I'm going to do left page and choose image, and maybe I want to do that same one there on the other page. I could do something like that if I really wanted. So those are your 3 ways to choose an image. You can go to Edit, change background, and from here either do a solid color, or there are hundreds of options under the Choose Image option. Or you can go over here to the left and click on Art, and then the background, and pick those backgrounds there. So again, play around with it. Don't forget to hit save. Save your work, that way you don't lose any of your progress. So that is simply how you add a background.